Hello everyone, this is Rupesh. Today we'll be looking at the chapter 6 from the book of Dale Carnegie, How Can You Overcome Your Fears? The chapter 6 title is What Worry May Do to You. This is a very valid question. The author starts off this chapter by telling one small incident. It was a time when smallpox was in its peak and many people were afraid of the disease smallpox. One of his neighbors went to the nearest vaccination center and got himself vaccinated against smallpox. He also came back home and recommended him the importance of getting vaccinated against smallpox and how it can be very, very beneficial. That is when the author realized, why is no one talking about the mental health? This problem has been persistent throughout centuries, and maintaining healthy mind and healthy mindset is what is actually the prime importance of human life. That is the most valuable thing in the human life. Why is nobody talking about that? This is where the author is telling why you need to, what is the need to learn more about fighting against the process of worry. So in this chapter, he is again telling us that the necessity of the worrying is backed by the concept of fear. We only worry about something when we are afraid of the outcomes. Yes, when we are sure about the outcomes, for example, you are very confident you have given a good test, written a test well, and you get the good scores, you will not be worried. When you are very sure about the outcome, you will not be worried. When you are very unsure about the outcome and you are very much afraid of the consequences, what you might have to do in order to face those consequences, that is where the worries start building up. That actually means that before the event even starts happening, you are trying to, like for example, even before borrowing the money, you are going to try and you are going to pay the interests against that money. That's the basic logic behind worry. So, does this mean that worrying is completely inevitable? No. Worrying is something that is not completely inevitable, but there is some level or some extent to which we must worry or we must have a balance in our life. We must not be a chronic worrier. That is what the author is trying to emphasize over here. Next, what is telling that there are many physicians who try to treat patients for various diseases. For example, stomach ulcers, or some people come with arthritis, leukemia, etc. Many such diseases. But most of the physicians are concentrating on treating the patients themselves in a physical manner than treating the patients through correcting the mind. They try to correct the body before correcting the mind, which the author tells is a very wrong step. If the patients are always in a mindset that they're worrying about their health, then their mental health is also going to affect, and that will not be supportive for quick recovery or healthy recovery. So, in order to avoid that, what the author is suggesting is that first thing you must get out of the mindset of worry. One of the best practices the author is recommending us to do is to get busy with ourselves. Yes, that's true. Only if we get sufficient amount of time to worry, we'll be investing or engrossing in worrying about the things. But if we do not get the time, if we are keeping ourselves busy all throughout all the day, doing some productive work, then we will not have sufficient time to worry. We may worry when the actual incident comes or actual outcomes are coming visible to our eyes. Before that, we need not worry about it. That is what the author is trying to convey. Apart from that, you see what worrying may do to your body. You see, your mind and body are very much interconnected. Once your mind is not healthy, your body also will start showing symptoms that it's not healthy. It may not be the same for everyone. It may vary from one person to person. That is true. It may vary from person to person. That is the reason we must be very careful while handling our mind and mindset. So, what is the author trying to tell? He is telling that if you worry too much, there are chances that you might have an weak heart. It might affect your heart. It might affect your livers. It might even affect your eating patterns, and it eventually creates stomach ulcers. There are a lot many diseases associated with it. Even diabetes also is one of the major reasons of diabetes is taking too much excessive tension and also worrying too much. Even many people are having nervous breakdowns because they are not able to handle that stress. They are not able to handle that level of worrying too much about it. Overthinking is not good. Over worrying is not good. That is what the author is telling. So what we must learn to do is that we must take some time out to enjoy life. Enjoy in the sense we must learn to appreciate what we have in our life. We must have faith in God. We must have good sleep. We must respect our body and mind in an equal manner as we respect our life. You see, first, this is what the author is trying to tell. We must handle our mind in such a manner that is the prime requirement of any living person is to handle their mind before handling any other issues in their life. He's also telling many quotes, many such instances where the major reason if a businessman is worrying too much, he will definitely die young. That is what the author is clearly trying to tell. So your lifespan also will be shrinked by the amount of worries you carry throughout your life. So it's quite important to handle the worries in your life. What we know is that worry is there in everyone's life. It may not be consistent in one form, but for each person, each person is unique, each person's life is unique, each person's circumstances are unique, that each person's worries and fears are also unique. There is not any a standard template or standard formula. Once if we apply that, we'll be getting out of worry. No, but we know the purpose is that we need to handle and efficiently get out of the state of worrying too much. That is what the author is trying to tell in this particular chapter. So I'll be seeing you soon in this chapter 7. Until then, goodbye. Thank you.